Okay, well at last I'm bothered. This is me bothered, means I've bothered to do something. I have done these video blogs from somebody else's kitchen are a way of me dealing with and helping me with anxiety and depression. But one of the things that my counsellors have been saying to me for a while is I need to get out and get my self-esteem issues. One of these ways of doing that, I'm doing it. So the self-esteem issues was something my counsellors recently talked about with me. My counsellor said to me, "Oh no, why not do?" Well, I suggested maybe I do a video or do something to keep me entertained, something to keep me active. Anxiety and depression wasn't something I'd ever thought about. I only knew I fully had it last September. I was signed off from work after going to the doctor. Went to the doctor and certainly I wasn't feeling well. He asked me to do like a test. So, can you write down a testing? I said, okay, write down a test. How do you feel at the time? What do you feel today? And I did it and come back and he went, ooh, that's not good. And I went, what do you mean that's not good? Looks right to me. He says, do you feel bad? I said, no. And he said, okay, well, it looks like you're depressed and you've got anxiety. And it sort of went from there. I had some counselling, took time off work, 4 or 5 months off of work. And looked back at it in the time I was off, I probably had it a lot longer than I thought. So it hasn't been that brilliant. I've been back to work, had anxiety attack since being back at work at one point. But I'm sort of now I know what it's about a bit more. I've had more counselling, I know how it works. I've got to have more counselling still. I'm still carrying my counselling. I'm on antidepressant pills. Yay. Mad pills as I call them, or mental pills. But I tend to look into things too much. So my counsellor said, "Oh no, with your blog, I'm going to do a blog. If you're watching this on YouTube and you're watching it on my YouTube channel, you'll notice there's a playlist on my YouTube channel for a thing called Everyday Watches, which is videos I film of watches that I get, watches I sometimes borrow from other people, and that I had got a cheap camera a few years ago, and collecting is something I'm probably a way of not realising it at the time, but something that sort of takes away the mindfulness attention of the depression that I didn't know I had. So I film watches. They're very monotonous videos. I do them in one take because I have no technological, not technically minded in some respects. So it means I don't know how to edit stuff. So I feel them very plain. They're quite flat. The tone is quite plain, and it's simply because that's what your depression sort of does for you. It makes you not bothered, bored, uninterested. You don't have that sparkle or that pizzazz that you see on some of the YouTube bloggers, people on videos, on TV even. They have all this, yay! Get up and go, and their life around everything is absolutely brilliant, and they're smiling and cheerful and jumping around all over the place. If you've got depression and anxiety, depression more so, you're kind of like, you can't be bothered. And you're really, oh Christ almighty, I don't want to do anything. But then occasionally your mind's saying up here, I want to be really active. Your mind's talking away, saying, hey, yeah, just do everything. But if I can get some of the stuff out here, I sort of made the effort. That means I've been bothered, and the more I'm bothered means the less I'm depressed, hopefully. The less anxious I am about things, the less worried I am about things. Whether it'll work or not, I haven't got the faintest idea. I am going to do a video specifically for the watch channel, and the reason for that is that a lot of people ask me questions on the watches and stuff, so I'm thinking, okay, so I want to do a video, and that was going to be my first YouTube blog that I was going to do. And the reason that I tried to we upgraded my Mac and got iMovie 10, which I don't understand, but I'm going to try and edit this video with that and see if I can work out how editing works, and then I will film the watch video. Maybe in 2 parts. There was going to be 1 part, and then I thought it was going to be too complicated, so it'll probably be 2 parts. 2 parts of that will be explaining why I like watches and what owning a few watches, a collection of watches, actually means, because it's not as simple as just owning some watches. But I have OCD as well, and actually I quite like having that with the watches, so it helps me with the OCD side of things. These blogs I will do maybe once a week, or maybe less, or maybe more. I'm going to be working again. I've just been off a little while, but I'm going to be back to work, and that means I'm not going to have as much time as I would like. Probably won't be daytime, probably nighttime. The cheap camera that I got, which I bought for when my son was born in 2011, it's useless at filming in low light. So yeah, anything less than a super bright light, it's not very good at all. So I use it for the watches rather than we didn't use it for the baby things. One baby video, and then thought, well, you know what, quality is very low. It's a HD camcorder. Did all the reviews and read everything about it on YouTube, but it wasn't as good as it wanted to be. So it's all right in daylight, and it's a nice enough car. I can see what I'm doing. So this is on the Galaxy S5. Which is great. It's a phone, it's good, but I need to use it as a phone. I want to text people and I want to use WhatsApp. But I will use this occasionally, and I will use the camcorder and maybe some of the other gadgets. I'm not like other YouTubers. You see, most of these YouTubers always tend to have lots of gadgets and lots of money and lots of time. I work for a living. I earn minimum wage, or national wage as we now call it. So I don't have a lot of money. I buy things very cheaply. So I buy things that I see in garage sales, sometimes on eBay, or sometimes at clearance sales at shops and things like that. Or I just pick up stuff that I get given for nothing. So I have a array of stuff that I'll talk about in videos, points of view, things I like, don't like, cars, stuff I like about my cars. My main interests are going to be things like watches, computers and gadgets, cars. My main interests are going to be things like watches, computers and gadgets, and cars is my main interest in life. I collect a few little bits of odds and sods, very tiny little bits. I'm not a major collector on anything. I'm not a major aficionado on the watches. I keep up with watches, stuff like that. I know it's only depression. Depression, again, some people ask me questions how I feel. I am no expert. I've only got my own experience to go on. I don't want to make all these videos just about depression. I'm going to make them, it's going to come to it in some respects, because some of the stuff that I do in my life now sort of revolves a little bit around it. And that you pick things up and you think, well, you know, it gives you something to do, something to be more interested in. As I said, is the point of this video. These videos will be me to get stuff off my mind, to talk about any old junk. If somebody watches it, fine. People ask me questions, that's fine. If nobody watches it, again, that's fine. I might even start my videos and I'll say, oh, this week I didn't kill myself. But we'll see how things go. I've got to feel a lot better than that. So we'll see how they go. Okay, so now it's just gone 10:30 at night, and it's a moonlit sky. I've stopped the car and I want to get out and take a couple of pictures of the moon. Which is something else that one of my things is to get a hobby as part of your illness. You find something else to do. Some other thing I do is photography, which I've been doing for years anyway, just as an amateur, just mucking about. But it also takes my mind off things. I hadn't been doing it for years and years and years. I had got fed up with it. My camera broke. I managed to buy just a second-hand camera, a good one, and I've started doing it again. And again, since I was off ill, it's a way of taking up my time. Another thing I didn't mention, and also I always say was going to do at the beginning of all these blogs and beginning of these videos, is today's watch. Which is the limited edition with the white face and the purple case. I did actually have the Longines watch on earlier when I first started the video, but I've changed it for this one now. Okay, so it's now the end of the day and I'm in my own kitchen. Last time to try and go to bed. Again, if you've had depression, you know you don't really get to bed if you're tired in the day. When you go to bed, you can't sleep. You don't feel tired at all. So sit up and do whatever. I've looked at some of the footage for this video. I've tried to edit what I can using iMovie. It's all, the quality is not very good because it's on the phone. The editing quality is not very good because it's the first time I ever used iMovie. Haven't got a clue what I'm doing. But in a way, I'm not letting myself defeat it, because the whole point of this is you just get on with it and do it, set it out as it is, let it play out as it is. I'm not going to be too bothered about it. I'm not going to get myself depressed or make myself worse by thinking it's not good enough. So I'll just do it, I'll send it out, and it happens. You know, it'll be the very first one. I promise not to go on so much about depression and stuff in the other ones. I won't talk so much about the anxiety and stuff. I will mention it briefly because it's part of it. And I'll try and work out how to do the editing stuff and have pauses and stuff, and maybe not make so many gaps and jumps and things which you have in this current video. One other thing I want to mention before I go to bed, though, one other thing I want to mention before I finish and publish this video, is the other situation about being not bothered about stuff. I'm just about to take these. These are my bills. Now these have a problem, or I have a problem. These don't have a problem, I have a problem with these. They give you 28 of these, which last you a month. And the idea is, when you get near the end, you go, oh, better get some more pills. Problem is with me, I'm sort of forgetful, not bothered, all in one thing. So what happens is, get to the end of the month and I think, okay, I've got 2 left. The problem is, 2 of them in the pack, the chemist or the doctor that I have to order them for re-prescribed is closed now. This is Saturday night. They only take 48 hours for a prescription to be renewed. I've got 2 pills. Today, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I won't get any more probably until Wednesday. 2 aren't going to last me till Wednesday. So I can't go without, really. And it's my fault. I always do it every month. I get the same problem. I run out of pills and think, oh shit, now what have I done? But anyway, I have the problem of only having 2 left. So I have to split these in half. Now these are quite powerful. I've got 40 milligrams. So if I cut them in half, that's 4 days worth. There'll be 20 milligrams. Thereabouts. So it's just enough to get me by until I get some new ones. I would like some way or something that reminds me, something sends me out a text message saying, by the way, have you topped up your pills? Or something to motivate me to do it. Sometimes the pills had, they're not always, sometimes they're day dated. These ones aren't. So anyway, that's the end of today's adventure. The first video. Thank you very much for watching, if you've watched it through to the end. If not, okay. If anyone's got any questions, anything you want to ask, whether it be gadgets and stuff, I'll talk to you about gadgets, like TVs, which I don't have a telly, but Cody, computers, tablets, or anything like that, cameras, or anything you want to talk about, ask me any questions, or anything about depression, ask me questions. I can only tell you what I know, but I will answer, and I will tell you what I know. And I'm quite proud of myself as well, because I've done this. It's it's given me something to do. For the last few days, weeks, I've been thinking about this sort of stuff, and I've now done it, and crap or not, it's done. So thank you very much. Cheers and good night.